Judio, anyways, tis your boy, you already know who it is. Ugh. My other phone is dead, which I normally record, so I'm recording on my regular phone. I think this is a Nokia, actually. But anyways, hashtag purple case. I see a skater here. I got hit by a car, so I don't know if you want the whole story on that. But anyways, I was riding my bike from work, and a car almost hit me. I was like, ah! And I already have like a stiff muscle disorder thing going on, so it just made my nerves like freak out. And the cop was kind of a dick in East Lampeter. Alright, the rest of the cops were cool, but the first one that got there, so shout out to the cops were cool, so shout out to majority of the East Lampeter cops, but that one cop was a total dick. Like, as soon as he showed up, he was basically examining my bike and basically like, oh, you're fine. And then he was like, oh, just get on the bike, yeah, he was just total dick. And then I tried to get on the bike, and I panicked and started crying in like the hallway, and he called SUV and they took me home to the place I'm staying. And then and I walked to the hospital. I spent the whole night at the hospital, and basically they just said I'm fine. Yeah, but it sucked, and I was definitely out of it the first day. You knew I was out of it because I could only flirt at an average level with the lady at the front desk at the hospital, and not my normal level. It was just average. That's how you knew I was out of it. But anyways, you already know what it is. Hey, I'm repping the merch. On the back it says "Do your part." I don't know if you could see it. Do your part. I'm on a bike because I don't know where the bench is. I don't know what the shots you're looking for. But anyways. So I got this $500 bike, and due to the scare of the situation, I decided I should get rid of it. But then I was like, I'm just gonna keep it. We got a skater out here doing tricks. No one's here to blow up the park just yet. There might be cars going in the background. The lighting's pretty good. I look fine as stuff. Oh my, I'm sexy. I'm gorgeous. Wow. That's delicious. Anyways. For your regularly scheduled Whistly program, you already know who it is. Tis I. It's Whistly October, the host and the maker of Midnight Runs, which originated from me just going on walks and at night. I call it Midnight Runs. I don't have to deal with a lot of people. I can just enjoy the midnight sky. That's why it's called Midnight Runs, because in basketball is a game of runs. Which is just, brief moments of time where momentum shifts. Okay, anyways, it's actually midnight walks, but I'm not gonna say that. I say runs from basketball. Alright, origin story done. I'm doing Dune Part 1. Originally, I gave it a stickler rating of B+, just personally, but I never made a video about it. But after this time, shout out Victoria, the midnight sky. Did I just say that until I'm not even gonna delete it? Anyways, I'm still gonna give it a B+. Yeah, stickler rating. It's not like it's short of an A, but I'm just gonna give it that 99 percentile because it's not a complete movie. I would say it is pretty close to a masterpiece, if not a masterpiece. It's a modern day masterpiece for sure, because it's so well built. There's so many pretty pictures and stuff going on with the movie that it is a spectacle and an experience. It's better than Tenet, better than Oppenheimer, and the world is just you could tell, like, the same thing with thinking Harry Potter, same thing with what's his face, Hunger Games. Just when people put all their time into these books to make a book, and then the adaptation's there's so much to draw from for all the people, the hundreds of people who are involved in making a movie and the director, that oftentimes adaptations that hit just are so much more better than regular movies. Even though my favorite movies are all regular movies, but Casablanca is an adaptation. Poor Things is an adaptation. Tenet is probably Tenet and some rom-coms and romance movies are the only really movies that like don't have adaptations besides big blockbuster action movies. But a lot of movies have adaptations, and that's why they have a separate category of adapted screenplay Oscar, and then a regular Oscar for original screenplay. So I'm just saying, there's such a big advantage when someone's already, did a lot of the manpower and thinking. But you can just see that it's just extremely complex, extremely well built, just fantastic. I just can't give it the I think it's just maybe a straw or a pinch of salt away from a masterpiece, but it is a modern day masterpiece. It is excellent. It is visually a cinematic experience without a doubt. But I just can't give it the A, man. I can't give it the A minus. I can't say 90. I say 89.99999 or whatever. But I just can't give it that 9. I just think there's something, or there's a connectivity issue, or just something short or something. But I just can't. I can't go all the way and say this is an A plus. Just being a stickler. But you have Timothée Chalamet doing what Timothée Chalamet does. He's just this quiet, cool, kind of the attractive rich kid kind of type vibe, or just he's just a regular dude. Plays the regular dude real well. You got Zendaya and Tom Holland. I don't know if they're still together. I'm pretty sure they're still together, but I heard some. But anyways, they're the face of Hollywood. All right. You had your Denzel moments. You had your Meryl Streep moments. Scarlett Johansson, maybe the workhorse. And Margot Robbie, okay, and then stinking Zoe Saldana, right? But the face of Hollywood for this era, in the Gen Z, millennial, whatever, is Zendaya and Tom Holland. If you're going to see a movie, whether it's the Avengers, whether it's stinking any Spider-Man movie, Uncharted, from a blockbuster perspective, Euphoria. Zendaya is the face that runs the place. She's the cash money, big box office, big star. And so is Tom Holland. They're the face of Hollywood. And when you think of Hollywood, who's just leading, who's pushing it into a different direction, who's pushing it into the future, who's head of the local, it's Zendaya and Tom Holland. There's no competition. There's no arguing it. They're head and shoulders like the people who are just, they're superstars, they got the attention, the clout, and, they're not the best technical actors. They're not better than your Denzels or your, singing, dang it, Scarlett Johansson, but they just have gravitas. They have gravity, they have status, and, they got the stuff. Anyways, you got Josh Brolin and Isaac, what's his face? This is not my other phone, so I can't look at stuff up, but you know what I'm saying. The Oscar Isaac or whatever his name is. Just the whole cast. Absolutely magnificent, marvelous. I don't have my other phone, so I can't look everyone's name up specifically, but just the entire cast of Dune 1 is amazing. Javier Bardem. I forgot the lady's name. Dadgum, but I think it might be Olivia. Whatever, the one who played Timothée Chalamet's mom, she was great. Everyone in this movie is great. Dune Part 1 is excellent. Every aspect of it, the whole outer world thing. The only thing that compares to it in just outer worldness is probably, what's his face, Interstellar, when it's space. But Dune is just so much more in tune. It has such a strong beat. That's easy to follow through. So there's nothing really to argue with Dune. Dune is absolutely excellent. Part 1, just, it's not a perfect cast, but it's just a strong cast, Everyone does their job. This movie hits all the marks it's supposed to hit, but it's just a powerful movie. And just the music, the tone, the vibe, when the lady's always going, like that background music and the score and all that stuff like that. It's very, the mood, the tone and the environment that's set from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie is a total experience. I saw it yesterday. I saw it last time I watched it. I'm gonna go watch it today because it's just it's kind of just this surreal transportation to a whole different, universe, a whole different world. Um, and just shout out to that director. Shout out to everyone who just makes all the visual effects, because it's just so. It hasn't been like, it's not like most of the best visual effects you'll see are from like the '90s, but they actually let them do visual effects, and just the whole thing has a good compass, like where they go in the movie, from the first scene, of just setting up the family, setting up the story and the legacy, and just the importance of spice, and the great villains and things like that. I still like the original 1987 or whatever version. The original Dune, I think, is better and is always going to be my favorite. But this one is just, it's a different category, It's like, it's not like who's the best. Shaq's one of the most dominant basketball players of all time, but he's not the greatest. He's really strong in the area that's that. Dune is really strong in probably 2 or 3 categories, and it's dominant, compared to other movies. And it's not the best movie ever. The story isn't the greatest story ever, but the direction and the great consistency and the great composition of integral pieces together with actors that are very stout and very strong in their position make this movie a spectacle to behold that should always be watched in a theater, in my opinion, because that makes it so cool. And it's just, overall, I'm kind of saying nothing now, but it's just, the whole movie is just an experience that's worth watching, that's worth, just sitting back in a theater and just, and normally, like, there's movies where people are just talking, exchanging information. When you go watch Dune, you just sit there and you're like, you're just taking it in. It's like virtual reality, but, it's a cinema, it's a movie where you're just taken to another world by sitting comfortably in your chair, eating popcorn and candy. So it's such a unique experience, and it's so fun, and it's so well detailed, and it's not the best woven piece by piece, but just the construction of this movie and just the visuals is just so fun. All right, thank you, Dune. Like, subscribe, buy the merch. You have to type the whole thing in, but it's great. All right, love, be happy, keep on fighting, stay positive, dig your feet in the ground, and, make moves to live and not survive.